to some and present to others the one and only Sidney Starr. Sidney, what's happening?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. The baddest of them all, the baddest transgender female in hip hop. You know what? Bump that, not hip hop, in the world.
In the world, Craig. In the world.
Transgender female in the world, and people need to know this.
Exactly.
But I'm doing great. How you doing?
Every time I talk to you, you're always doing wonderful. And I'm wonderful just because we are speaking. And, you know, I wanted to hit you up. Everybody has been going gung-ho over this entire, what's his name?
Bruce Jenner, a.k.a. Caitlyn.
Yeah, over Caitlyn right now. So everybody that is listening in Philly that does not know, and unfortunately, if you cheating yourself and not following Sidney on social media or something. Now,
yeah, Instagram. They need to be following me. Follow me on Instagram, Sidney Starr Bad.
Now, please explain to everyone, Sidney, other than why we so close, that I have you on the phone right now and brought in Bruce Jenner.
Well, you know, in my opinion, I think it's great that Bruce Jenner is out here, you know, representing the whole transgender, you know, community and putting it out there even more. But I, myself, being transgender, I do not agree that Bruce is the face of the transgenders. I don't agree with it. I don't agree that he should have been on that front cover. I think I should have been on the front cover because a person like me, I've been doing this since I was 15. I've been transitioned since eons ago, and Bruce just started. And what, he's about 50 or 60?
Yeah. He's into the 60-year-old range.
Yeah.
So
it's just it baffles me. Like, come on now, someone that actually, I do this, I've done this. This is something I lived and breathed. And I honestly believe that, I mean, it could have been someone better, like me, of course. Like, you can look at me and you cannot tell that I am transgender. You would be like, anyone that doesn't know who I am and saw a picture of me, I would think they would probably think it's a whole publicity stunt. Like,
absolutely.
You wouldn't believe it.
And I love going places with Sidney because, you know, people come up to me all the time like, God, I'll be like, well, you know what? Let me introduce you to Sidney, and you can go from there.
Right, exactly. Because, you know, I go out, I still meet people, guys that hit on me, and they have no clue. But I always, you know, I give them their respect by letting them know, and I give them the option if they want to, you know, keep going with it. Like, some guys are curious. They just feel like, oh, wow, she's gorgeous. Why not? Let's try something new, you know?
Which is absolutely true. So now, saying that, and I'm not even going to stay on this, Sidney, just for those that don't know, you know, that I just have to mention this, that, you know, that it was rumors going around about you and certain rappers that were
oh yeah,
and we don't even.
I remember that era. That era, that was a big era of mine. You know. Yeah, I met a lot of people in the industry, in the hip hop, and you know that's where I came from.
Right.
I started off I was a backup dancer, and I was a go-go dancer in Chicago, and in the heterosexual clubs. And you know, okay, I have a nice body, I have a pretty face. A lot of these rappers came across me and they, you know, liked what they saw. Like, and I've changed a whole lot. I became more positive. You know, I feel like it's not even anyone's business on who liked me, who did what with me. You know, I had the Chingy situation. That was a big, big lesson of my life that I learned. And, you know, I feel like, I mean, it's only human nature. If a male sees someone that is attractive, you know, and she looks of the female anatomy and kind, what do you expect for him to do? You know, so
absolutely.
I honestly, I've turned over a new leaf. I'm not the type of girl that likes to kiss and tell anymore. So it's like, you know, yeah, things happened in the past with people. If it was true or not, it's nobody's business anymore. Just know I'm out here being positive now and, you know, trying to make a great name for myself. Yeah, I'm still wild. I'll still twerk a little bit. You know, I don't have a problem with twerking in the club and, you know, flashing a few people. But, you know, when it comes to going in the bedroom, I kind of keep that to myself now with whoever I do that with, and it's just only respectful, you know. So.
Absolutely, that's grown. That's grown.
Yeah, I've grown up. I've matured. Because when you met me, I was really young. I was kind of a little bit more immature then, but I've gotten to the point where now I'm matured and I know what's right and what's, more what's right and wrong now, and especially in this entertainment industry.
Absolutely. And as you went through that phase, can you just kind of briefly describe what your initial phase and thought process was when you first knew?
When I first came out, basically, yeah. You know what? My initial thought at first, I will be real, I felt like it was such a big, how's the word? I thought it was such an amazement. Like, yeah, look at me. I'm transgender, and I've been with this guy and that guy, and I've hung out with these celebrities. I thought it was just like it was such an awesome thing at that time because it was kind of really new. It was very, very new at that time. No one really had that out there like that. I think I honestly was the first transgender woman to kind of like throw it out there in the hip-hop community,
right, right.
Because there was no transgender anybody in hip-hop that was making waves like I was in 2010.
Right. So with that said, Sidney, so I mean, when you making that transition, do people treat you different? Do you?
Yeah, you know what? Because when I transitioned, I started off early. I started off when I was 15, 16 years old, and I went into it not telling people, so I was very quiet. I kept it to myself. Let me tell you, Al, I was like, if you gave me $1 million, it was no way I was confessing.
Really?
So it was no way I was being honest about being transgender. No, ever. Because I was afraid of what people was going to think. So once I came out, I got so much backlash by people that I used to work for. Oh, my goodness, it was amazing how people were towards me before I was out and to how they acted towards me when I'm out now. It was like, dang, like, your services are no longer needed. It was just kind of like a big backlash on how people really, I guess looked at me. It really made me realize, okay, so these people didn't really like me from the get-go anyway.
Right, right.
I'd rather 1,000 people not like me than I'd rather 1,000 people not like me for who I am than 1 million people to like me for who they don't know. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
So I'm happy that I experienced it because now I know who's real out here in these streets.
Absolutely.
Who's down for me, who's not, and I'm glad that now I know who the people who still ride. And there was a few people that still was down for me. That was like, you know what, you still cool people.
Oh,
You're still a human being, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the worst part about that for some and the positive for others is, I mean, you're just a good person, Sidney, so it's hard not to like you.
Yes, I try to be nice to everyone, no matter what. And you know what? I think the thing that hurt people the most is that because so many people liked me like that in that way, they were heartbroken. I think that's what it was, to be honest. They were heartbroken that they were so attracted to me, and to find out the news that I was transgender, it was like, like what? They probably thought something was wrong with them.
Now, that's how the tables turn, because at first you were concerned about what people think, and then when they start having those feelings towards you, then they became conscious of what people thought.
Exactly. I can't help it, that I'm attractive, and it went big. You remember I was on every blog, Media Takeout.
Absolutely.
I still am on these blogs. They still talk about me, but at one point, I was the it. Everyone was talking about Media Takeout, World Star Hip Hop, Boss, everywhere. Like, I was making waves on the internet and even on TV. I did a few, TV appearances. I was on Maury, I did a lot of things. And then I came a long way where I am right now. I've worked with VH1. I did stuff with Tyra Banks, so it's like I've grown so much over those years,
and I'm glad to be able to just witness some of that from in the last 5 years. And I've always been happy for you. And
Thank you.
I want to ask you one more question about that, and then we're going to move on to something else. I was having a major debate with someone yesterday who was saying that it is a chemical balance and something on the inside that creates this change or gives people the courage to come out and make this change like this. Is that
I
true?
heard of that. I believe that's true. I definitely believe that chemical. I've heard that before as well.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard of that because it's like I think it's something when you're born. And in my opinion, I think some people are born that way but don't really realize it until they get a certain age. Like I found out mine young. Some people I guess don't find. Let me example Bruce Jenner. He probably didn't find out until he hit his 40s or his 50s. And with me, luckily, I knew when I was in grammar school. So it was probably a chemical imbalance that I had growing up, or that when I was born with. And hell, I found it out early. And I think when you take hormones, too, because, if you're transgender, you have to take hormones. It makes you even feel it even more.
How does somebody afford that, though, Sidney? How do you? Because it is costly, is it not?
Yeah, it's very costly. It's a costly process. And to be honest, I'm open about everything. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of people that were older than me that, were trans, and they would help me out. And sometimes I hung with the wrong crowd. And I will admit, I had did some things to make money. I kind of, dabbled in the escorting field a little bit.
Okay.
And I was making money that way. And that was helping me with the process of my transition, getting my hormones, saving up my money for my surgeries. I mean, I had to do what I had to do because the regular jobs, I was working at the mall. I was working at Forest City, but that wasn't giving me enough money. So
I'm sure.
I ended up then doing that. Then I found my new love in entertainment, which was dancing and, singing. And that's how I started making more money. And that was where the actual kind of the big money was coming in, because I was doing shows with, big name people.
Right.
Backup dancer. I used to back up dance for Shauna. And, I've really had a good career as a woman when no one knew I was transgender. You know?
Okay.
So you think I wasn't saving up that money in the process? I was saving up all that money and doing what I had to do. So.
Let me ask you, and with you knowing that, just give me a ballpark. Like, what do you think this financially cost Caitlyn, Bruce, whatever we decide to call him now?
Okay. I'm going to tell you a cost because of my experience. You spending at least a good over 20 racks. Over 20,000,
and that's on the low end.
That's that's on the low end.
So somebody like Bruce he probably in 200,000.
Yeah, he done with because he got that money, so he it ain't nothing for him. But like bitches like me, that's the money, and I work too hard to get that money and get where I want to be, and that's why I appreciate every moment of being who I am now, and that's why I feel like it needs to be embraced. That's why I need to be on that front cover of Vanity magazine. How you doing? Like I'm gonna have to talk to Miss Caitlyn and tell Miss Caitlyn, like, honey, you a little bit. It's just not your time right now, honey. It's my time. I love Caitlyn for doing this, but it's just I'm going to have to snatch that crown and be on that front cover.
Well, I'm sure ain't nobody mad at you. But look, let me ask you, how is this whole Bruce Jenner thing affecting the transgender community?
Oh, it's affecting it greatly. Like, there's so much controversy right now about it because you know what? It's so many of them that feel the same way as I do. And then there's a lot of them. Like, I made a post on my Facebook probably 10 minutes ago. I have people getting at me because they're saying that I'm in competition with Bruce. I'm not in competition with him. It's just that I just don't agree with what they're embracing on him being the face of transgender. He is not the face. He's a part of the transgender community, but now this is, to me, it's just a disgrace because I feel like all the hard work I've done is like I'm getting slept on, basically, you know?
Listen,
So,
and since me and you like that, I can throw in a no pun intended right there.
yeah. Exactly.
Then
did you hear that he's still like he dates women still?
Really?
So you're a lesbian. You're a transgender lesbian. Yeah.
Wait. With that said, Sidney, so with him being a transgender and dating a woman, now, again, how do transgenders feel about that?
It's like a joke. We look at it as kind of being a joke. It's like, come on now. Doing all this and you still want your cake and eat it too. Basically, it's not fair. You either doing one or the other. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with him still liking women, but I just feel like it just looks to me as it's a joke, and you're making like us the transgender women who've been doing this forever kind of look bad in a way. And I'm just sorry. It's just my opinion. People are gonna hate on me probably after this interview, but I don't care because it's my opinion, and I'm gonna feel how I feel.
Well,
now. If I would even be okay. Do you know who Laverne Cox is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I love Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
and I was going
okay.
to talk to you about Laverne, but since you brought it up, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd be okay even with her being on that front cover.
Me too.
You know, it's just that you know what I mean. She's been doing it longer, and she's, you know, I know I've been on Laverne Cox since she was since P Diddy put her on working for being his assistant.
Wow.
Remember that show?
Yeah, I remember that show.
That was Laverne's start.
Was it?
Puff Daddy put Laverne Cox on. So I give big ups to Puff Daddy for hooking Laverne up for her being, you know, he didn't care. He was like, you know what? If she can work, it doesn't matter if she's transgender. And I give him applause for that. But yeah, I've been hip to her for years. Like, so for Bruce to just come out the water from Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn with literally in a month or two, it's just kind of like it's just weird. It's kind of weird to me, but I just hope that I can get used to it. I'm not used to it yet. That's all.
Really? After all this time?
Get used to it. I'm not used to it. It's just like, okay, let's be honest. It's just like you saying tomorrow, hey, call me Alexis.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would be kind of weird, right?
Right, absolutely. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, it's just like that. And then, you know, I think like it's gonna just take a little time, but I'm happy that she's putting. It's kind of hard. I don't know what to say, he or she, but it's kind of good that Caitlyn is putting the transgender subject out there strong right now, and I love that part because sometimes we are overlooked, and I feel like maybe this could be a good thing on my end because as this is happening right now, this can make me go even harder. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, and piggybacking off what you said about Laverne, I know that you have been not only just in music but the entertainment industry. What has tell everybody what some of the things that has blossomed for you and that may be in the works that you could talk about.
Definitely. So I embarked on a new endeavor on VH1. I worked for VH1. I did a reality show.
A transgender reality show?
Yeah, transgender reality show. It was 8 cast members. We are all transgender. I was the only African American on the show.
Wow.
Yep. It was based in Chicago. Tyra Banks is the executive producer. And it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I will say that this is actually a show that could show the world how we really are, and which is just like real women, where we are catty, we're moody, and sometimes we just don't see eye to eye. But yes, I did a show with VH1, and I'm embarking on some new things right now also with VH1 that could be huge for me because everyone knows I do music.
Right.
And I'm going to just kind of hint it like that. It's something that's already out, a show that's already out that's pretty big that I'm working on really hard to being the first transgender woman on. And I think it would be awesome. Now, that would be huge for the transgender community.
Okay, definitely. And you know what? While you talking already, I'm looking in my Rolodex right now. I'm like, you said VH1. We need to call Mona Scott or something.
Exactly. We definitely need to call Mona Scott and talk to her about a few things.
Look.
But I blossomed. I've grown so much in my career that I'm even amazed, because it just shows how hard work it pays off, because I learned my lesson. I've made a few mistakes along the way, but, I picked it up. I owned up to what the things that I did that I felt were wrong. And, and then, I believe in God. I'm a firm believer in the Lord, and I prayed up and just asked God to lead me in the right direction and make the better decisions that I did in the past, and just continue to be the awesome, bubbly, wild Sidney Starr that I am,
Now, Sidney, let me ask you now, because some people will hear that you say that how much of a believer you are in God, but your personal choice, they wouldn't think do so. How do you respond to that?
Well, okay, I can respond to saying, look, who is perfect that is a religious person? No one is perfect. I'm still a person that sins every day.
Me too.
I sin every single day. Yeah, so just because I may not be as godly that people want me to be, I feel that doesn't make a difference. I sit down I get on my knees as much as I can every day, just to say thank you to God for keeping me here this long and waking me up every day and keeping me safe and my family. And it's hard to try to explain to people, just because I'm not, doing, scriptures every day on, Facebook, on my social media, doesn't mean I have a relationship with God. Like, you know what I mean?
Very well put.
I definitely have a relationship with the Lord, because I know that's my creator. That's how I'm here.
Absolutely.
Everything is because of God. So believe it or not, Sidney Starr loves the Lord. I need to put that out there.
And the Lord loves Sidney Starr, too.
Yes.
Hey, Sidney, real quick. So if a 10-year-old came up to you and were having those feelings and wanted advice from you about speaking to a transgender, and they were confused about their feelings, what would you tell them?
I would tell that 10-year-old to embrace who they are. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. I would tell them to basically get family, like talk to your mom, talk to your father, because that's the first people that you would need to talk to about anything like that. Because once you have their support, that's all that matters. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
When you have the family to support you as a child, that's wonderful. And I would tell them that, if this is you, don't hide it, because I felt that way at 10, but I hid it at 10 years old. I wish it was someone like me that came to me and talked to me. I waited until I was 15, once I got out of grammar school. But these feelings can happen to you when you are even in those grammar school times, like 7th, 6th, 5th grade. So I would tell the 10-year-old to embrace it, be who you are. It's okay. It's nothing wrong. And just once, they get older, to start with the hormone therapy, because there is a certain age to start it. And, just do it right. Don't do it black market like I did. Like, don't get the hormones from other people. Do it the right way. Go to the doctor and get that family support, and you'll be fine. You'll be great. And be around people like friends that will support you. Because, kids can be cruel.
Absolutely. So can adults. They grow up to be adults that's cruel, too.
Exactly. So I would tell that 10-year-old to have friends around you that support who you are, and that will help them along the way. Because it's been times when I grew up where I had some times where I wanted to commit suicide, and no one knew that. So it's good to just be around the people that will just be positive. And if you need to talk about it with someone, so you won't end up having those crazy thoughts. But thank God I'm still here, because it was so many times where I just said, fuck it, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. So I just, thank God he made me strong, because woo, it was a hell of a journey, and it still is. But I can't say it's gotten better now. You know, it's getting smoother.
Okay.
The bumps are getting smoother. So.
And what women like or dislike that you look better than them?
Oh my God, yes, that's why I go through so much. The jealousy. When you get prettier than the actual genetic woman, that can be a problem because
really
some of these girls, some of these ladies out here are jealous. They want your body. They want to know how you got your body, but then they hate on you behind your back. They talk to you about, how did you get that? How did you get this? Yeah, that's awesome. And then they talk about you because their man was kind of low key looking at you while you guys were talking, and they don't want that. They hate it.
Okay, so where do you shop at, Sidney?
Huh?
Where do you shop?
Oh, I shop everywhere. I'm that type of girl that I'll shop at Rainbow in a quick. And Rainbow is cheap for clothes, but as long as it's cute, I will wear it. I shop everywhere. I don't care. Like if you a bad bitch, you a bad bitch no matter what you got on. How you doing?
All right, Sidney, since you are for a normal, what's the average measurements for a transgender?
Oh, See, I'm a thick girl, so the actual, to be honest, I'm up there with the average measurements it varies. To be honest, I'm up there with, I would say I'm like a baby Buffy the body, because I got curves, I got dangerous curves on me.
Now, for everybody that thinks she is playing right now, I'm posting a picture, posting several pictures of Sidney on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But Sidney, give them yours.
Okay, well, it's crazy because I don't even know my measurements right now. I know right now I'm a double D in my breast. I just had liposuction, so my waist is very tiny now, and I have just. I just don't know. My ass is huge. They need to, if you can picture, let me think. If you can picture, let's say, I would just have to say Buffy. You know how small her waist is?
Yeah,
she has, this huge ass. Yeah, that's how I'm working with right now. And I went bigger in my breast, too. So, I'm kind of, I had to upgrade, Al. I upgrade.
But see, I don't know Buffy. I know Sidney, so you know what I mean? So she being modest, but when you see the picture of Buffy and Sidney, then it'll speak for itself.
If they had to choose, it would be a hard choice. I think the only thing is that with us, I think if someone that's choosing, they'll either be into the caramel girl or, because Buffy's a chocolate girl. So
right.
If you into that caramel, then you probably go with me, and then because it's like the same thing. But I think I'm a little bit better. I'm sorry. I think I got Buffy.
Good. Stop playing. Who don't like caramel on their ice cream?
Right. That's the best. Come on now. Caramel is the number one choice.
Look, Sidney, I gotta ask you this. So did Bruce genitals? Are they removed?
Oh no, Bruce hasn't. No, you wondering did he do that or?
Yes, or is that a transgender thing? How does that work?
Well, right now I do know that Bruce hasn't gone that far yet.
Okay.
I do know that for sure. But I honestly think that is the actual. To me, that is what. The prize, the number one prize, is getting that SRS surgery. Is that is what the goal should be for all transgender people or women, in my opinion. To getting it removed, just because it's that one little part that made you feel uncomfortable all your life.
Oh wait, I'm getting off the floor. Wait, hold on. Oh. What are you saying, Sidney?
Just to be honest, when anyone that identifies themselves as a woman, what is that one little thing that you just don't, you hate, that people identify you because of that, that you have it? A dick.
But look, let me say this in a PG way right now, that no matter what the act is, you still need one of those somewhere in there, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So why get rid of it?
Well, I mean, you can buy one. Hell.
Oh, okay. Well,
You
know.
can buy them. They got them at the sex stores. And to be honest, I'd rather have the real thing. Like, I don't. That's the fake stuff don't work for me. I like the real thing. So, but no, that's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, I think it's like to get that done is just to make you the woman that you've always wanted to be. To get the whole surgery, the sex change, SRS. But I don't knock any other women that don't get it done because it doesn't identify you. It doesn't identify you. If you feel that way in your mind, everything else, you're a woman.
Okay.
You know. So.
Now, for somebody that's ignorant like myself, transgender and what do they call them? The ones that dress the RuPaul
drag
type.
queens.
Drag queens. What the difference?
Oh, it's a huge difference. The difference between a drag queen and a transgender woman is a drag queen is, I'm sorry, I got to use you for example, would be a guy that is like you, and you know how you are a guy right now, but at night you put on some makeup and a wig and lip sync to a song. And then after that song is over and that night is over, you take that wig off and wash that makeup off, then you're a man again. That is a drag queen.
Okay.
A performer.
Okay.
Basically, that plays in women's clothes, and that drag queen is a woman. Well, to me, not a woman, but is a character that is a woman figure for about an hour or two. And a transgender is a person that lives their life as a woman, that it doesn't take off their breasts because they're attached to your body, or your mind is a female. You go to the women's bathroom. A drag queen still goes to the male's bathroom,
Okay.
So
okay.
It's a big difference, and I hate the fact that people put that in the same category sometimes. Like, even as a transvestite, that is a difference. I am not, people would say, yes, transvestite, Sidney Starr. No, I am not a transvestite. I am a transgender female if you want to get technical. So a transvestite is a man that enjoys being in women's lingerie or clothes in the bedroom. That's a transvestite. So it's a big difference, and people need to know this. And I hope I'm schooling some of these Philly people out. You're in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
I hope I am schooling these people. I hope I'm schooling y'all out there. Okay?
Yeah. Everybody appreciating the lesson right here. So look,
please take this lesson, because I don't think Bruce Jenner would have took the time and did this. So
no, not at all. We didn't want to hear it from Caitlyn anyway. We much preferred to hear from you. Look,
Caitlyn,
so when Sidney and the transgender is feeling a man, how do you go from there? Like, what do you do?
To be honest, that is probably one of the most challenging things about being transgender. Because, okay, you have the man that is attracted to you when they meet you. But it's like some of them, most of the time, they don't know. So it's hard, because when you're feeling a guy, you don't want to really have to tell him that to kill the vibe. You know what I mean? So,
no pun intended.
Yeah. So someone like me, I have to let them know. So I always let a guy know. Once I don't let them know immediately in their face. So if we exchange numbers, woo out the bam, I'll throw them a text message, because that's usually the best way I can get it out.
Wait, Sidney, you would meet somebody and send them a text message
saying,
hell no.
Hey, it's better for me to get it out that way, because it's still hard for me to tell a guy that I like that, because it makes me afraid what they're going to say. So I have to be like, there's something I have to tell you. And I'll send it in a text, and then they'll be like, what is it? And that's when I'll be like, I am a transgender female. And that's when it's either going to end or it's going to keep continuing.
No, I'm sure most of the texts come back like, what the hell is a transgender female?
Or most of them will be like, get the hell out of here, and you're lying. They don't believe me. So it's hard. And then, to be honest, the guys, they don't know if they are. This is the number one question. And I'm thankful that we're talking about this, because I think I'm going to make a World Star video about this subject. Most guys, they ask me if are they still considered straight or gay because they're attracted to me, or if they want to still get with me?
That's a great question once they know, but once they physically see you there, that's not a good question at all, because you see your physique and you like...
Right. It's no even reason to ask that. But I always tell them this. I always say, I always put an H. I'd be like, hell no, it doesn't make you gay, because if you're gay, you are attracted to a male. You're attracted to masculinity. You are attracted to, when you saw me, you were attracted to femininity. You were attracted to a woman with long hair, beautiful face, beautiful body. How does that make anyone gay? So that's why I always be like, think about it. If you looked at me and then you saw something that was manly about me, then, and you were attracted to that, then I would say that might be kind of maybe...
Oh, yeah, it's tendencies there at that point.
Yeah. But if you saw nothing but girl, and nothing but girl, then you are fine. You're heterosexual. And even if you do like men, it's nothing wrong with it. But I try to express this to my guys as hard as I can for them to understand that it's okay and to make them feel more comfortable, you know.
Now, do you put it on them, Sidney? Do you put it on them?
Oh, you know I do. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I'm not in my ways like I was when I was younger. But I got so many text messages that I could show people and be like, you know, just look at this. With guys pleading for seeing me again, like, because I put it on them one good time and I ain't never gave it to them no more. So it's like, they like, how you gonna do this to me? How you gonna make me want you? It's like I'm like a bag of Jay's potato chips. Remember that when they say you can't just have one chip.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's like that. I done broke so many guys' hearts.
I'm sure hearts is just a piece of
I'm a
just a piece of it. Listen, are you a lights on, lights off type of person?
I like to see everything. Lights on. I don't want to be in the dark because I need to see everything. I need to make sure that I am seeing everything what's going on down there, and it just, to me, it's more sexier. I like to look into a guy's eyes. It doesn't have to be super light, but I definitely need or at least a little bit of a night light or the TV on all at the same time. I need to see you know. So no, definitely lights on for me.
So look, Sidney, and every guy wants to know. I'm sure right now. So when in the heat of the moment. Is there a
in the heat?
So, you know, is it like what's the best way I could say it? Front door, back door type of thing? Or
I like it all. Now, I'm the type of person that I don't know how, I know we on radio or whatever, but I need to make sure people know this about me. I'm the type of chick that I started from the back, and so I still love it from the back. So every hole possible for me is perfect because I'm a freak. Sidney Starr is a freak.
Okay,
she's a freak in the sheets. Okay, so like I am not gonna tell a guy. They gonna have to give it to me each hole ever possible on me. Like I'm sorry. If you want to get with me and you can handle it, then they good. Some guys, I think I'm a little too freaky for some guys. So,
I can believe that. You know I know you, so I can believe that.
Yeah, they can believe it. They cannot handle your girl. Like,
and look, for everybody that don't know Sidney, now Sidney not only is amazing when you see her, but the other part is that you are always surrounded by bad women.
Bitches, yes. Bad girls. All my friends are so beautiful. And I hang with nothing but genetic women. Those are like my best friends because people be like, why don't you hang with other transgender women? Like, the thing is, I don't have a problem with hanging with other transgender women. I just connect better with genetic women because that's how I view myself, you know. And they, you know, sometimes help me out still. Like, they'll tell me things that don't do that, you know. they'll just kind of like help me out still in my womanhood. But all I hang out is bad bitches. All my bitches are gorgeous, and I hang around a lot of celebrity name people. Did you see the video that's been going viral on Facebook with me and my girls?
No.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. It's at 2 million views, and they posted it 2 days ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll have to hit you with the link. It's a video of me and my girl from Love and Hip Hop, Johnny Blaze, and we were in our bathing suits. We were in Miami, prancing around in our bathing suits, dancing. And the video is titled, "Can You Tell Which One Is the Dude?"
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's going viral on Facebook right now. It's at 2 million views.
Sidney, you got to send me that link.
Yes, definitely. I can send you, better yet, I'll send you the video right when we get done, and you can check it out, and I'll send you the link. The craziness is crazy. Like, it went viral on Facebook. It's bananas.
Wow,
bananas.
2 million. Before we're speaking
views.
of social media, I want you to give everybody your social media right now.
Okay, I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is Sidney Starr Bad, and it's spelled Sidney SIDNEY Starr STARRBAD, all one word. Sidney Starr Bad. Follow me, keep up with me, and I'm on Twitter, Sidney Starr Dance. And I'm on Facebook, too. It's kind of hard to get me on Facebook because I can't accept nobody else for friendship. So I'd rather just people follow me on Instagram. But I'm everywhere, and I do respond to my fans. That's one thing. If you leave me a message, I'll respond back to you because I'm humble. So no matter how big and famous I'm going to get, I'm going to still be that humble person that actually talks to people. And, like, if they have questions, I try to help them out. I try to give them that knowledge. And if it's something that you want to know, I will try to help you out with that,
That's why everybody loves you, Sidney.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying.
Thank you. I just want to be America's, what I want to be? I want to be the American transgender sweetheart. Like, that's my goal. And I think I'm getting close to it. So I want to be that household name, that household everybody and a mama. Like, I want to be the next Kim K, like the Nicki Minaj. I definitely see myself being that big. And, I forgot to tell you, and you guys look out for me. I'll be on Lifetime, too. I have a new little show I did on Lifetime. It's called Atlanta Plastic. So that'll be airing in August.
In August, we definitely got to talk again before that get ready to air, so we can let everybody here know too.
Yep. It's so we got to definitely keep in touch. I got so much to give, but right now I'm just kind of giving a little bit at a time, so you can it keeps you wanting more.
That's right. I mean? Listen, a woman told me that you can't give everybody something good
all the time. You can't give it all
at one time.
When you get everything,
you can't get rid of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I know you're gonna be making some trips to New York. I'm gonna reach out to Mona on a whole different thing, but you gotta come to Philly when you come up to New York.
Yes, definitely. Because you know what? I've never been to Philly, so I would love to come out there. I've been everywhere else but Philly. I've never been to Philly. I gotta hit Philly.
Oh, when you get here, we'll shut the city down. I can't wait to take you everywhere we go.
Definitely. We need to do when I come there, we'll have to do an in-studio interview so people can actually see me in the flesh.
Oh, absolutely. And we gonna get out here and hit these streets.
Yeah, hit the streets. Yes, most definitely. Because I turn up. I done ran into you in a few clubs and
already. Hey, like, you don't know Sidney. I'm like, that's Sidney right there. I'm like, hey. So, hey,
definitely,
Sidney,
it was a pleasure. I had a blast.
No, hey, man, that I truly love you, and definitely whatever you need, ain't nothing changed but the date. So, definitely hit me up. Keep me posted on everything that you're doing.
Yeah, and I gotta let you hear some of my new music. I got a new song too, so I'll hit that, let you hear it, check it out. I think you'll like it.
Okay. Well, you know, I was rocking your other joint.
Yeah, so. You rocked with me with my everything song.
Exactly.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate. That's why I got you. When I get really, really big, I got you. Don't worry.
Oh, well, you know what? Just because we good right now, I ain't worried about nothing else.
just know I look out for the people that looked out for me on the way up. So don't worry.
Absolutely.
Don't worry.
You know I'm waiting on you to get here. Definitely keep in touch with me. I got you. I'm going to hit you on the box looking for that link and my other pictures.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you, everybody in Philly. Check me out. Hopefully I'll gain some new fans from this little interview. So get up on me because I'm getting slept on. Sidney Starr don't need to be slept on.